Today we're going to tackle some of the most confusing questions that people ask at Join Scout nights. Stay tuned. If you're new to this channel, we're on a mission to inspire and inform new scouting parents and adult leaders. Today we're talking about some of the most common questions that I get asked at every single Join Scout night. In the last 5 years, I've been asked dozens of questions at all the different events that I've covered, and it always seems to be the same questions in one form of another, and that is, what is the difference between the various scouting programs or organizations? Regardless of if I'm recruiting for Cub Scouts or Scouts BSA, new parents get a little confused about the differences in names, titles, media portrayals, and the changes over the last 6 to 8 years. This includes the upcoming name change of Scouting America, which I acknowledge is going to happen, but because the brand of Boy Scouts of America is more widely known, I'm going to use that term here in this video to try to mitigate confusion to new parents who are not tracking that change. But to avoid this video being over an hour long, we're going to do a crash course to provide the quick, informative answers to potential new scouting parents. And to ensure we are arming our leaders with the best information possible, I'm going to present the different sections in the form of questions. That way the leaders can respond to these common questions appropriately. And number one is, what is the difference between Scouts BSA and the Boy Scouts of America? The quick answer is, they are one and the same. One is the name of the organization, while the other is the name of a program. The Boy Scouts of America is the name of the organization itself. Think of it in the way that universities have an overarching name such as Stanford, but then there are individual sub-schools which focus on different areas of studies. Scouts BSA is the name of the flagship youth program for the Boy Scouts of America. This is what people normally envision when they hear the term Boy Scout or Scouts. Those images of young men hiking, camping, and doing community service, and wearing the uniform is likely the first images that come to mind when people hear the term Scout. But those images are somewhat different now, which brings us to the next most common question I get: can girls join Boy Scouts? The short answer is yes, because starting in 2017, the Boy Scouts of America opened admission to young girls. This is where the program name change of Scouts BSA comes from. The Boy Scouts of America changed the program name to Scouts BSA to reflect this change in admission. By opening the program to young girls, the Boy Scouts of America looked to bolster its numbers and address some common issues parents pointed out in the past. Specifically noted was that parents sometimes had to choose between competing programs. In a normal nuclear family in the past, you had one boy and one girl, and the parents may have had to prioritize one after-school activity over another. By allowing girls to join Scouts, the BSA was addressing this issue and making the program more desirable to parents. Now, this obviously received significant backlash in the press because the Boy Scouts had always been an organization for young men. However, girls and women for that matter had always played a role in scouting. For example, in the 1970s, young ladies were allowed to join venturing in Sea Scouts. These programs were co-educational from the outset, making the girls who participated the first ever official girl Boy Scouts. Furthermore, women have held roles in scouting such as Scoutmaster, Committee Chair, and most notably as Den Mothers starting in the 1930s. So by the time that the first girls set foot into a Cub Scout pack in 2018, women had influenced scouting for the better part of 80 years. Which brings us to our next question: what is the difference between Cub Scouts and Scouts BSA? The quick answer is that Cub Scouts is the junior program of Scouts BSA for those kids who are between kindergarten and the 5th grade. They normally wear those blue uniforms until about the 4th or 5th grade, when they advance into the tan uniform like I'm wearing right now. The long answer is that Cub Scouts is the parent-led scouting program meant to prepare elementary-aged kids for Scouts BSA, while Scouts BSA is a youth-led, parent-guided program for middle school to high school age children. Take a look at this graphic of Snoopy and his Beagle Scout unit. It clearly defines the elevator pitch differences between Cub Scouts and Scouts BSA. And a bonus question normally asked: no, you don't have to be a Cub Scout to join Scouts BSA. If your kid is already in the 6th or 7th grade, you can go straight into Scouts BSA like I did when I was a kid. Other differences include the method of rank advancement. In Cub Scouts, the kids are locked into the program year based upon their school grade. And during the school year, they earn their rank award by completing the required adventures and some additional electives. The Cub Scouts cannot move up to the next rank until they advance to the next grade level. Now compare that to Scouts BSA that moves at the pace of the Scout. Once the Scout is in the program, they are required to complete certain rank requirements to advance. These include skill checks, camping requirements, leadership positions, and merit badge. A Scout can complete the rank of Eagle in a few years, depending on their level of involvement and drive. Now, whether or not they should be an Eagle Scout at the age of 13 is a matter of debate for another time. Finally, Scouts have to serve in leadership roles to advance in rank. And while a majority of Scouts will serve in leadership roles within Scouts BSA, they can also branch off into other Boy Scouts of America programs such as Venturing and Sea Scouts, but not programs such as Girl Scouts or Trail Life, which I'll talk about here in a minute. The leadership requirement is important because it helps develop the leadership skills of the Scout themselves, much in the way that we hope to inspire and inform new Scouting parents and adult leaders here at the Roaming Scouter. We provide this service free of charge. All that we ask is that you give us a like, a subscribe, and a comment, all that great YouTube stuff. Also, please share this video with your Scouting friends so we can help grow this channel and provide the best information possible. Finally, as always, in the description is our Amazon affiliate links. If you click the links and you purchase anything from your Amazon cart within the next 24 hours, not just the items we recommend, we receive a small commission and it helps grow the channel. That's right, if you have dog food sitting in your Amazon cart and you click over from this video using the link below and you purchase that dog food, we get a small commission and it helps us grow this channel. That way I can go to these places and provide you guys with the best information possible. But back to the question of leadership positions outside the Scouts BSA program. I mentioned two other programs, which is the Venturing and Sea Scouts. These are very robust programs, and to avoid making this video extremely long, I will break them down the best that I can. Also, disclosure, I've never been a part of Venturing or Sea Scouts, so my information is based on my understanding from talking with those who are in these programs and the various trainings that I've taken over the years. So Venturing is focused on high adventure activities. If you're joining Scouts because you want to go whitewater rafting or do 5+ day backpacking trips to the backcountry, Venturing is probably what you're going to want to do. They wear the green uniforms as shown here by John Travolta, and they have their own award system shown here on the screen. Now, another difference is that the youth active age goes from the ages of 12 to 21 versus 18 in Scouts BSA. Now, if you're interested in going out and learning how to skipper a boat or a ship, then the Sea Scouts might be the program for you. They are identified by the navy blue or black uniform. As the name implies, these Scouts are focused on seamanship and the ocean itself. They deal a lot with the Coast Guard, including some of the requirements is to attend Coast Guard training. This is their ranking system, which I'm not going to dive too far into, but just know that this is what it looks like. Also, as a bonus to the Sea Scout adult leaders who may be watching, I've included the link down in the description to an online course known as Sea Badge. It's the Sea Scout Wood Badge equivalent, and it's going to be hosted in February of 2025. I was actually hoping to attend, but my own university scouting date is going to occur at the same time, so it is what it is. But hey, if you guys want to check that out, go ahead and check it out. And one more cool possibility that just occurred here in the National Capital Area Council is that a Scout can earn the top award in all three of these programs, meaning a Scout can complete the rank requirements for Eagle Scout, Venturing, and Sea Scout all at the same time, and earn the unofficial title of the Triple Crown. This also opens up the possibility that if we have a female Scout, she can earn also her Gold Award, and there's this unofficial term known as the Golden Eagle, which is where a young lady earns both her Eagle Scout from Scouts BSA and her Gold Award from Girl Scouts of America. Which brings us to our next question, is Scouts BSA and Girl Scouts the same thing? The short answer is no. Although the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts share a common beginning, they are two completely different organizations. And while girls can join Scouts BSA, boys cannot join Girl Scouts at the current moment. I have a limited knowledge of Girl Scouts, but what I've learned online is that the programs are broken up into different years, and they can earn different awards based upon the year group that they're put into, and they focus on leadership skills and life skills. They're also famous for their cookies, but that kind of goes without saying. This is normally the part of the conversation where a potential new scouting parent asks me if there are boy or girl only units within Scouts BSA. The short answer is yes. If you're interested in a boy only or girl only Cub Scout pack or Scout troop, they are offered. In Cub Scouts, a majority of packs are what's called a family pack. That is a co-ed unit where boys and girls work within the same den. There are options for boy-only packs. If you're interested in that, check out joinscouting.org and look for the boy-only packs. In Scouts BSA, you will normally see a troop have 2 separate units. For example, you'll see a 123B for boys and a 123G for girls. And while Scouts BSA is starting to pilot program to have scouting units be co-ed like the packs, these haven't occurred really yet as of the recording of this video. If you have concerns about the co-ed nature of these programs, please take a look at this video here where I talk about the Youth Protection Training Program, which is a free training offered by the Boy Scouts of America, and it addresses a lot of the common concerns voiced by parents. But it's usually around here that I get asked the final question, which is, what is Trails Life and American Heritage Girls? The short answer is these are alternatives to the Boy Scouts of America and the Girl Scouts of America. Full disclosure, I know very little about these programs, and I've never been to a meeting and I've never talked to anybody who's been a part of these programs. But within the local area, I have seen advertisements for them, and I've seen their stickers around on different vehicles and in different places. The major selling points of these programs is that they are Christ-focused youth groups that are segregated by gender, with Trails Life being only for boys and American Heritage Girls obviously being only for girls. So if that is something that is very important to you, just know that those are the options that are out there. So hey, hopefully you found this video extremely helpful. There's a couple of different programs that we didn't cover, such as exploring and other lesser known scouting programs, but if you found value in this video, please do all that great YouTube stuff. And the biggest thing that I ask you is please share this with your scouting friends. Now I want to reach as many as possible. That way we can get this conversation started and we can start working to make scouting programs as robust as possible. With that, I've been Matt with the Roaming Scouter, and I'll see you out there.